Let's go over the future of the Star Wars franchise after Star Wars Episode 9. This is mcgregor here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, after Episode 9, we do have a handful of projects that are being developed by both Disney and Lucasfilm. We have the Clone Wars Season 7, we have Star Wars The Mandalorian, the new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, and apparently even Rian Johnson's trilogy, which I personally think that that's eventually going to get cancelled. But moving past all of this, what we have been going over these past couple of weeks or so, having to do with the future of the Star Wars franchise, we do know that Bob Iger made a statement about slowing things down when it comes to the Star Wars movies and the franchise as a whole. Now, 2020 right now, we really don't know what's happening with that. Previously, you know, they planned on doing an Obi Wan Kenobi Star Wars movie, and that was pretty much left in the dust. Well, what's really interesting now is that aside from Star Wars The Mandalorian, both Disney and Lucasfilm are trying to come up with an idea for yet another live-action TV series that they are putting together right now. And there's a rumor, aside from all of this, that it's going to be an Obi Wan Kenobi TV series for Disney's streaming service. Like I always say, take that with a grain of salt. Very interesting stuff for sure. However, I'm not quite sure if I can really agree on it being a TV series. I don't know about you guys, but Obi Wan Kenobi should definitely be a movie in and on its own in theaters where a lot of Star Wars fans can watch this masterpiece together and just enjoy the energy around them. And that's what I like about going to the theaters, because when you go to the theater, you experience everybody's reactions to certain scenes. If you watch something on a device at home, you're not really going to experience that with, you know, the masses. Yeah, sure, you may have friends or family over, but you're not going to see it like it is in a theater, and that's my only thing about Obi Wan Kenobi. The other thing is a TV series. I'm not quite sure if Obi-Wan would really fit the format of a live-action TV series. In a way, I could see why they would do this, because it seems as though that that's their format that they're trying to push, where with the Star Wars The Mandalorian TV series, it's focusing on one hero, going throughout the ages in between the events of Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. So if they really wanted to, they could do the same exact thing with Obi Wan Kenobi, where it's set in between Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars A New Hope, where Ewan McGregor, as Obi-Wan, gets to go on these new adventures and missions, etc. So, do I agree with Obi Wan Kenobi becoming a TV series? If that is to be the case, I disagree with it. I think that it should be a movie in and on its own. It seems as though that Disney is really trying to come up with different ideas for their streaming service, which isn't going to launch until fall of 2019, so we do got a ways to go before we even get a shred of, you know, new details about this service. I don't even know if we know the name of the service. I'm not quite sure. Some people have said it's called Disney Play. I'm not quite sure about that, but if they do bring this into the form of a TV series, I think that Ewan McGregor has got to be involved. He's got to be, right? He is Obi-Wan. You really cannot replace him. That's my belief, at least. You cannot replace Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. And I think it's imperative to keep, you know, Ewan McGregor. I feel like if you get somebody else, it would be betraying the fans. And not only betraying the fans, but also kind of betraying Ewan McGregor as an actor. They know that he wants work with Star Wars. They know that he wants to act and come back into the Star Wars franchise. He has expressed this countless times, that he wants to come back and portray the character of Obi Wan Kenobi. He's down to do it. So with that being said, I think that if they recast, a lot of people would be upset. A lot of people would reject the idea. Now, sure, in the form of a TV series, there's a lot more possibilities, such as more character development, more experiences for the protagonist to go through, and that's one way to look at it, because that's one great thing about TV shows, especially ones that are on HBO, Netflix, Hulu. You get all of these great benefits out of a TV series. A lot of character development comes out of it, and you get very, very attached to those characters. It's why a lot of people react so much when some of their favorite characters get killed off on a TV show, running 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 seasons long, because you're so used to that character. So that's one benefit of a TV show, but I still feel like that it should be in the form of a movie. But again, nothing is final as of yet. This is apparently just a rumor right now that Disney is trying to figure out exactly what their next live-action TV series is going to be, and they're toying around the idea of it being an Obi Wan Kenobi series as opposed to a movie per se, where they can kind of test the waters out, release a pilot, see how it does, and then move on from there. Now, I'm not quite sure if their streaming service will act like Netflix, where the whole entire season is just on there, or if they're going to release episode by episode. Not quite sure how it works. But anyways, guys, I would love to hear your comments below in the comments section. Let me know what you think about all of this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.